My problem with this game is not about the Bucs losing to the Browns, the Bucs losing in overtime, the Bucs not being able to contain Nick Chubb. My problem is in the fourth quarter, a minute left, they have the greatest quarterback to have ever played the game with 3 timeouts, and Todd Bowles does not call a timeout. And you want to know why his reasoning was? Because he didn't want Brady to throw an interception. He didn't want Brady to throw an interception. You look at the post-game interview. He's like, yeah, I was being conservative. I didn't want Brady to throw an interception and then get the ball back. They kick a field goal. They win the game.
That's so disrespectful.
Tom Brady has not thrown a fourth quarter / overtime interception in the regular season in a decade. And as the head coach of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you, Todd Bowles, should know that. Because Tom Brady, you should have all the information, the analytics, the numbers, everything you need to know. And when you come down to win the game, you have arguably, probably the greatest quarterback to win the game in the fourth quarter and overtime. Has not thrown an interception in the fourth quarter to win the game in the last minute in a decade. And you're worried about him throwing an interception. Todd Bowles, I have been an advocate for him. I'm like, you know what?
Me too.
Yeah. I wanted him to be good with them. I was like, you know what? This is a nice, I think maybe he'll work better than with Bruce Arians.
Yeah.
But after that comment, what are you doing, dude? Are you kidding me? Inexcusable. I think the Bucs could have won this game if they had better clock management in the final drive of the fourth quarter. This is inexcusable.
And just the disrespect that Brady's dealt with from Belichick, from Bruce Arians. I remember when Brady came in there and tried to be Belichick, and he's ripping Brady all the time like, Brady's the problem. Brady needs to play better. And every week he's just like, Tom Brady sucked. And that's the reason why our team lost them. Brady has to sit there and take it. Then he has a conversation with him, and he's like, hey, man, I came here to get away from that. You need to find a different coaching style because you've done jack of all about nothing in this league without me, except get the Cardinals destroyed in a conference championship. Then Todd Bowles. I think this is a Brad Stevens situation where he can help bad talent overperform, but when he has talent, he kind of doesn't know what to do with it. Seems like they have no game plan, no scheme on offense. It kind of seems like they go out there and then they try a few different things and see if it'll work. But their offense, it's dysfunctional. I mean, they don't have a run-pass balance. Leonard Fournette is wildly erratic from week to week. You have Mike Evans, but everyone else is so wildly inconsistent. You don't have any tight ends where it's just like, you don't know what you're getting week to week. Brady doesn't know what he's getting week to week. So it's at the point where I'm like, is Brady going to leave the Bucs and go to San Francisco? Probably.
I think if he comes back, if he doesn't retire, which I'm starting to lean towards maybe he should retire. But if he doesn't, I don't see any reason why he would stay with the Bucs because they're getting old. Team is not buttoned up. I think he wanted to leave New England because he was tired of Belichick's bullshit. He was trying to prove it to himself. He's already proven it to himself. So now it's like, if he's looking to win number 8, there's no way he's going to be able to do it with the Buccaneers.
With a third team too, because the Niners kind of need an excuse to get rid of Jimmy G, and they recognize that maybe Trey Lance does need some more time to develop. So maybe it's like Tom Brady's the excuse they get to get rid of Jimmy G because Jimmy G's much better than Trey Lance at this point. Trey Lance gets to sit for another 2 years because you have probable cause because Tom Brady knocked on your door. Then you have McCaffrey, Debo, and George Kittle, which is the best trio of skill players Tom Brady has ever had, along with Brandon Ayuk, and he'll probably bring Mike Evans with him.
I don't know if they can afford Mike Evans. But if
for a year, you can. For a Super Bowl, you can buy a Super Bowl. The Rams prove that.
I don't know if they can get Mike Evans over there. That'd be a hard pull.
Well, they could have drafted Jamar Chase instead of Trey Lance.
They could have. They could have drafted a lot of players. They could have drafted Jalen Waddle.
Yeah.
They could have drafted Kyle Pitts. They could have drafted a lot of guys.
Imagine Jalen Waddle with Debo Samuel and George Kittle, or Kyle Pitts along with George Kittle.
Or later in that draft, they could have had Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah.
That would have been lethal.